You ever get fined for fishing? Not hunting. Not jet skiing. Not polluting. Fishing. Just you, a pole, and a bobber floating lazily on a quiet lake. I didn't think it was possible either, until I moved into Whispering Pines. Now, Whispering Pines sounds peaceful, right? A charming little lakeside community with white fences, manicured lawns, and smiling neighbors who wave at you while plotting your demise in the next HOA meeting. It's the kind of place that sells serenity in the brochure but enforces it with a clipboard and passive-aggressive letters. I moved there 6 months ago. I'm a simple guy. Retired early after running my own logistics company for 20 years, and I just wanted peace. I bought a house near the lake, not even the most expensive one, just a cozy spot with a decent view and a little dock. Fishing had always been my thing. Some people meditate. I cast a line. Clears the mind. So the first Saturday I'm there, I head out to the lake with a cooler of drinks, my tackle box, and a folding chair older than most TikTokers. I toss my line in, put my feet up, and let the world drift away. That's when I heard the cough. You know the type. The deliberate throat clear that says, I'm here to ruin your day, but I'll start politely. I turn, and there she is. HOA President herself. Let's call her Karen, because, of course, she was. Mid-50s, visor, clipboard, and that stone-cold Suburban stare like she's about to audit your soul. Excuse me, she said, in a tone that somehow weaponized the word neighbor. Yes? I said, genuinely confused. Are you fishing? I looked at the rod in my hand. Yep. She scribbled something on her clipboard like I'd confessed to insider trading. That's a violation. Lake use is for visual enjoyment only. No fishing allowed. I blinked. Wait, what? I'm literally on my dock. On my property. She smiled like a cat watching a mouse approach a trap. The lake is HOA common property. It's in the bylaws. Section 8, subsection 4b, no fishing, no swimming, no boating. Only licensed landscaping personnel may enter the water for maintenance purposes. I laughed, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. Monday morning, I got the letter. A fine. $50 for unauthorized recreational activity on HOA property. And a warning, further violations would result in escalating penalties, up to and including litigation. Litigation. Over fishing. I tried to be civil. I went to the next HOA meeting, where Karen and her 6 minions sat at a folding table like the judges of suburbia. I raised my hand, explained that I was fishing off my dock, using a hookless lure, just enjoying the peace. Not even keeping fish. Just catch and release. Didn't matter. Rules are rules, Karen said, and the others nodded like synchronized parrots. So I asked the question, who owns the lake? Karen smiled. The HOA does. It's deeded as common property, managed collectively. That one sentence planted the seed. See, I've bought and sold a lot of land in my time. Enough to know that HOA declarations are often full of holes, especially in older neighborhoods like this one. I pulled the plat maps, land records, and title deeds. And guess what? The lake wasn't legally owned by the HOA. Turns out, decades ago, the original developer never properly transferred the lake parcel to the HOA. It was technically still owned by a dissolved corporate entity. No one had paid taxes on it in years. It was, legally speaking, abandoned property. And in this state? That meant it was up for grabs. So I bought it. Took a few weeks. Quietly filed paperwork. Paid the back taxes. Hired a lawyer just to dot all the I's and cross every petty little T. And then it was mine. The lake. The water. The banks. Even the ducks. I waited until the next HOA meeting. I let Karen fine me again, this time, $100. She handed me the notice personally, smirking like she'd just won a war. That's when I pulled out the deed. Actually, I said, you're fining me for being on my own property. Karen's face morphed from smug to stunned faster than a minivan on 2-for-1 wine night. She took the paper like it might bite her. Scanned it. Passed it to her vice president. Gasps rippled through the room like someone had dropped a live grenade made of common sense. You bought the lake, she whispered. Yes. I own the lake. Which means the HOA doesn't. She tried to recover. But the bylaws only apply to common property, I said. This isn't common property anymore. It's mine. It was beautiful. She looked like she'd bitten into a lemon wrapped around a cactus. The rest of the board murmured like they just realized they backed the wrong tyrant. I didn't stop there. The next day, I put up signs, private property, no trespassing. Lake closed to HOA members. Violators will be prosecuted. I installed motion-activated sprinklers along the bank. Posted cameras. Even hired a retired buddy to patrol on weekends in a kayak with mirrored sunglasses and a fake badge that said Lake Enforcement Unit. Just for flair. Karen lost her mind. She sent cease and desist letters. Threatened to sue. Even tried to call the county to reclaim the lake. But every department she went to hit the same wall. It was mine, fair and square. Legally recorded. Taxes paid. Now here's where it gets really fun. Turns out, half the homes in Whispering Pines advertised lake access as a feature. Realtors had even used it in listings: private lake access, lakeside views, walk to the water. Without the lake, property values started to dip. A few neighbors begged me to reconsider. Some offered money. One guy offered me his jet season tickets. I told them the same thing: take it up with Karen. The real twist? I actually like the neighborhood. And some of the folks are decent people. So I made a new offer. I created a private membership plan. Annual fee. Strict rules. Fishing, boating, even swimming allowed, but only for members in good standing. And Karen? Banned. Permanently. I put her name on a laminated, no access list posted on the dock. She tried to organize a recall of the HOA board to get herself reinstated. It failed. She tried to buy a piece of land near the lake to claim partial ownership. Denied. She even tried to sue me for emotional damages caused by unfair lake ownership. Her case was thrown out before it even hit the docket. The cherry on top? She had to drive past the lake every day. And every day, she saw people fishing, kayaking, enjoying themselves, while she was locked out of the very water she once lorded over like a tyrant in capri pants. It's been a year now. Karen's no longer HOA president. She stepped down after a new rule passed: no board member may have active disputes with local property owners. Her replacement is actually a cool guy. He fished with me last weekend. Caught a nice bass. The neighborhood's peaceful now. The HOA minding real issues, like broken streetlights and landscaping. The lake's better maintained than it ever was. And me? I sit on my dock, beer in hand, rod in the water, thinking about the time I got fined for fishing. And turned it into the best investment I ever made. Moral of the story? Don't mess with a man's right to fish. Especially if he's retired, bored, and has access to a really good real estate lawyer.